guys, welcome back to The Fishing Teacher, and appreciate you guys coming by the channel for the video today. Guys, today I want to talk about jerkbaits again, but I want to talk about the most off the radar jerkbait that I catch tons of fish on that you never hear anybody talking about, you never hear anybody fishing, and I'm going to show you guys what it is in today's video and talk about the conditions that will outfish any other type of jerkbait. So we'll dig into that in the episode today. Also, guys, a couple quick things before we get started. Anybody interested in booking a private one-on-one on the water lesson with me on either Stockton or Table Rock Lake here in Missouri, just go to my Facebook page, Intuitive Angling with Randy Blaukat, and shoot me a private message for details there. I do those lessons to cover about any technique you want to learn more about fishing, so look forward to hearing about you, look from me on that. And also, guys, we're down to 2 more days left in the sale, the August sale on this Cast King ALTI bait cast reel, guys. I've been talking about it all month. Right now you can get it at 20% off, 10% off through Cast King, 10% off through my discount code Randy10. Next to impossible to backlash with this Halo Vortex braking system, guys. It's the only reel on the market that has an all titanium spool, light as a feather, built for stout, 11 ball bearings, guys. You guys will love this reel. I'll have the Cast King link in this video description if you guys would like to order one and take advantage of that discount. Only 2 more days left on it, so appreciate that. Okay, a lot of you guys know that, I helped develop the Megabass Vision 110 for Megabass back in the late 90s. I've had a lot of experience jerkbait fishing growing up here in the Missouri Ozarks. I've been fishing jerkbait since the 70s, and I've thrown every jerkbait that you can imagine. Megabass sets the bar for everybody. It's like, everybody uses Megabass, even if they don't talk about it. It's the best jerkbait there is, bar none. And they have a lot of different jerkbaits. And most of attention goes to the Megabass Vision 110 series. But guys, I'm telling you right now, this right here is one of my favorite jerkbaits Megabass makes nobody uses. It's called the Ito Shiner. It's a larger jerkbait. It's 5.5 inches long. It's about an inch, almost an inch longer than the 110. It's got higher sides. It's a little bit thicker. It's got a little bit larger lip on it. But the main difference on the Ito Shiner versus any other jerkbait Megabass makes is this is the most aggressive action jerkbait that Megabass has in terms of just darting all over the place. It is a crazy, wild looking bait in the water. Now, sometimes you don't want that. Sometimes you want a little bit more subtle bait, like on a Vision 110, but under certain conditions, you want a jerkbait to create a reaction strike from just crazy movement in the water. And the Ito Shiner, guys, the aggressiveness, when you jerk the thing and you don't have to jerk it very hard, it darts really hard, side to side. It moves a lot of water. It's also pretty aggressive with the balancer system in there. So it's a loud, fast-moving, aggressive jerkbait for aggressive fish. Now, let's talk about when you want to use this. And also, guys, I'll put the Megabass Ito Shiner in my Tackle Warehouse link in this video description. And guys, if you'd like to order some using my link there, they got a ton of different colors. Like anything else, it just depends on your water clarity and sunlight conditions, the colors. But let's talk about when you want to use the Ito Shiner, because that's the main thing about it. On all these jerkbaits, it's really situational in terms of, your combination of time of the year, your water clarity, your water temperature, the species of bass that you have, whether you have a mix of all 3 species or predominantly smallmouth, predominantly largemouth, spotted bass, whatever. I'm going to sort of identify how I use it and when that I use it most of the time. Now, I'm not saying you can't catch a bass on it any time you throw it, because you probably catch a few on it, but the times that I pick up the Ito Shiner is under these conditions I'm gonna lay out. Number one, it works a little bit better if the water's a little bit warmer. So I like the water temperature to be, around 60 degrees before I throw it. I like it anything above 60 degrees. Below 60 degrees, I'm usually using a different type of a model simply because of the aggressiveness of the bait action. So that's my number one water temperature window. The second with that is my water visibility. It's gonna work in about the same clarity of any other jerkbait, but you'll find on that Ito Shiner that it works a little bit better if you have a little bit of color in the water and it's not like gin clear. So the water clarity range that this bait works good in, I put it in that 2 to 3 foot range. So if you got, 2 to 4. So if you got 2 to 4 foot of clarity, which a lot of lakes do across the country, it's going to be a good choice during that water clarity. So that's the 2 things we have first. You got to have water temperatures over 60, You got to have 2 to 4 foot clarity. The next thing with it is, since this is an aggressive bait that requires a fish to really chase it to get it, the fish have got to be in an active chasing, hunting, feeding mode. So that's going to be very weather dependent. So the conditions that you have as far as the weather patterns and the weather conditions are pretty critical. The Ito Shiner is not a good jerkbait to use under tough fishing conditions like a post front, or, if it's bright and sunny out, tough fishing. It is a bait that you want to use on actively feeding fish and actively feeding weather patterns. So you want a south wind, southwest wind, or a westerly wind, some type of a southerly direction airflow, some type of either a falling or steady barometric pressure. You want your air temperatures to be normal or above normal, and it really helps if you got wind. It's like, since it's aggressive bait, wind is a big factor with this thing. So I like to have wind at least 10 miles an hour. 10 to 20 mile an hour wind's perfect for it. So let me lay out the ideal situation. Anytime the water temperature is over 60, I don't care if it's April or I don't care if it's November. It could be just anytime it's over 60. That's going to be where I'm going to fish it there. The next thing it's going to be is, like I said, the water clarity 2 to 4 foot. I'm going to have a stable weather pattern, especially I'm looking for clouds and wind. I want that wind to activate those fish. And I want to have a lake that has, actively feeding fish. And it doesn't matter what they are. I've caught spotted bass, largemouth, and smallmouth just as good on it. Now, the areas that I fish them in, a little bit different here. One of the things that I found out about the the Ito Shiner, is some of the best success I've had on it has been fishing it a little bit shallower than what I fish a normal jerkbait. So on a lot of the Megabass jerkbaits, like the 110+1s and 2s and all that, I'm fishing them for suspended fish, like bass that are out off the ends of points or over the top of ditches or in the top of submerged timber. Not really so with the Ito Shiner. I consider it a target bait. So I like to throw it around objects. I'll throw it down the side of the boat dock. I'll throw it down a rocky bank where the bait is close to the bottom. Say, for example, I'll parallel a bluff bank, or I'll parallel a riprap bank or a channel bank, and I'll throw the thing up into a foot or two of water, and I'm trying to work it where the bait is fairly close to the bottom. I'll throw it next to a lay-down tree. I'll throw it over top of a grass bed, like a submergent hydrilla or milfoil bed. But since it is an aggressive bait, I don't want the fish to get a really good look at it. And if the fish are setting around some type of an ambush point, they tend to not get as good a look at it with it. So best success I've had on it, I'm guessing, which may surprise you a little bit considering the size of the bait, is in water depth about less than 5 or 6 foot deep. I mean, I've caught a ton of fish on it in that 4 to 6 foot zone, especially parallel and rocky banks, especially next to boat docks and some type of targets in the water. So anyway, guys, it is just another bait you want to add to your arsenal. The aggressiveness of this bait will always catch the bigger fish. You're not going to catch as many bass on the Ito Shiner simply because of how aggressive it is. But the biggest, most aggressive fish will always bite it first. Then you may have to adjust to a different jerkbait, but I've caught a ton of 4-pounders on it. It's a really good bait for that. Again, the fish don't see it hardly at all. I still fish this bait on a spinning outfit. I usually use 8 to 10 pound test Seaguar Vizex 4-carbon, that Megabass whip snake spinning outfit. That's my setup with it. A lot of people would use it with a bait caster, but when I'm fishing that Ito Shiner, guys, I'm not pausing it very much. I'm jerking it, jerk, pause, jerk, pause. I'm not like twitching it and letting it sit or soak for a long time. I'm keeping it moving through the water simply because I want to try to get those fish to react from an instinct reaction strike, since that's what that bait does. So anyway, guys, I'll put them in my tackle warehouse link in this video description. Just pick up a couple, man, throw in your tackle box there. If you get some of those conditions, give it a try. So hope it helps out.